Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 1, Verse 11 to 20, Meaning. Verse 11. Ayaneshu cha sarveshu yatha bhagamavasthitaha bhishmamevabhirakshantu bhavantas sarva eva hi. Ayaneshu means at strategic points. Yatha bhaga in their respective positions. Avasthitaha situated. So in this verse, Duryodhana is urging all the Kaurava generals to give full support to Bhishma even as they defend their own respective strategic points. Here Duryodhana is using Bhishma's unassailability that as an advantage and wanted to use it as a strength and inspiration for his army. Shlokam 12. Tasya sanjanayan harsham kuru vriddaf pitamaha simhanadam vinadyochaihi shankham dadmau pratapavan. Kuru vriddha, the grand old man of the Kuru dynasty. Who is that? Bhishma. Pitamaha, grandfather. Uchchaihi, very loudly. Shankham, the conch shell. Dadmau, he blew. Pratapavan, the glorious. Who is the glorious? Bhishma. He blew the conch. So in this verse, the grand old man of the Kuru dynasty, the glorious patriarch Bhishma, he roared like a lion and blew his conch shell very loudly, giving joy to Duryodhana. Bhishma, of course, he knew that Duryodhana had no chance of victory as the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna was on the opposite side. However, he understood his grandnephew's anxiety and wanted to cheer him up, and therefore he blew his conch shell very loudly. We are aware that in olden days, blowing of the conch shell means that it is a start of the war in the battlefield. This also conveyed the message to Duryodhana that Bhishma was ready to lead the Kaurava army and he would fight dutifully. Shlokam 13. Tatah shankhascha bhairyascha panavanaka gomukhaha सहसैवाभ्यहन्यन्त सशब्दस्तु मुलो भवत्. Tatah, thereafter. Shankha, which is conches. Panavanaka, which is drums. And kettle drums. Mukhaha, which is trumpets. Sayeva, suddenly indeed. Abhyahanyant, which is blared with lot of noise. So, thereafter, the conches, kettle drums, bugles, trumpets and horns, they all suddenly blared forth and their combined sound was overwhelming. On hearing Bhishma's call for the battle, everyone in the Kaurava army also started playing various instruments very eagerly, creating lot of sound. Shankha is conches and drums and bugles and blowing horns. All instruments started playing. Shlokam 14. Tatah shvetair hayer yukte mahati syandane sthito madhavav pandavarshchaiva divyau shankhau pradadmatuhu. Tatah, then. Etah is by white. Heyahi, that is horses. Mahati, glorious. Syandane, which means chariot. Who was seated on the chariot? Shitau Madhavaha, Shri Krishna. And who is he? The husband of the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi. Who else was sitting? Pandavaha, which is Arjun. And what did they blow? Shankhau Pradad Matuhu, which is conch shells. So, then from amidst the Pandava army, seated in a glorious chariot drawn by white horses, Madhav and Arjun blew their divine conch shells. Now the uproar of the Kaurava army had started to wane. Then from the Pandava side, seated on a magnificent chariot, the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna Bhagavan and Arjun, both of them blew their conch shells, which ignited the enthusiasm of the Pandava army as well. Here, Lord Shri Krishna is addressed as Madhava. It is a combination of two words, Ma, which refers to goddess Lakshmi, the goddess of prosperity, and Dhav is used for husband. Goddess Lakshmi is Lord Vishnu's wife, who is one of the many forms of Shri Krishna. This verse, of course, implies that the goddess of prosperity was with the Pandavas, and by her grace they would be triumphant in this war and get their kingdom back. The sons of King Pandu are called Pandavas, and it may be used for any of the 5 brothers. In this verse, the Pandava is being referred to as Arjun, the third among the 5 sons. His magnificent chariot was a gift from Agni, the celestial god of fire. Shlokam 15. Panchajanyam Hrishikesho Devadattam Dhananjayah Poundram Dadmau Mahashankham Bhimakarma Vrikodaraha. Panchajanyam, the conch shell which is named as Panchajanya. Hrishikesho, Shri Krishna, the Lord of the mind and senses. Devadattam, the conch shell, another one named Devadatt. Dhananjayaha, here Arjun, the winner of wealth. Poundram, another conch named Poundra. Dadmau, which means the conch blew. Mahashankham, the mighty conch. Bhima Karma, the one who performs Herculean very big tasks. Vrikodaraha, Bhim, the voracious eater. So Hrishikesh, Lord Shri Krishna, blew his conch shell called Panchajanya, and Arjun blew the Devadatta. Bhim, the voracious eater and performer of Herculean tasks, he blew his mighty conch called Poundra. In this verse, Shri Krishna Bhagavan is addressed as Hrishikesh, which means the Lord of the mind and the senses. Shri Krishna is the sovereign master of everybody's minds and senses. Throughout his wonderful pastimes, he displayed complete control over his mind and senses. Shlokam 16, 17 and 18. Ananta Vijayam Raja Kunti Putro Yudhishthiraha Nakulah Sahadevascha Sughosha Mani Pushpakau Kashyascha Parameshvasaha Shikhandi Cha Maharathaha Dhrishtadyumno Viratascha Satyakishcha Parajitaha Drupado Draupadeyascha Sarvashaf Prithivipate Saubhadrascha Mahabahuhu Shankhan Dadmuf Prithak Prithak. In this verse, the various conches that are blown are spoken. King Yudhishthir blew the Ananta Vijay, while Nakul and Sahadev blew the Sughosh and Mani Pushpak. The excellent archer and king of Kashi, the great warrior Shikhandi, Drishtadyumna, Virat, and the invincible Satyaki, Drupad, the 5 sons of Draupadi, and the mighty armed Abhimanyu, son of Shubhadra, all of them blew their respective conch shells. Shlokam 19. Saghoshodharta Rashtrana Hridayani Vyadarayat Nabhascha Prithivim Chaiva Tumulobhyanunadayan. Sa, that. Ghosho, which is sound. Dharta Rashtranam, Dhritarashtra's sons. Vyayadarayat, shattered. Hridayani, the heart. So the sound, where all did it thunder? Nabha, which is the sky. Prithvim, the earth. Cha eva, and certainly. Tumulo bhyanu nadayan, it was a terrific sound which was thundering. So in this verse, the terrific sound thundered across the sky and the earth. What was the sound? The blowing of the conches. and it also shattered the hearts of Dhritarashtra's sons. Here Sanjaya is conveying to Dhritarashtra that the tremendous sound of the various conch shells from the Pandava army was shattering the hearts of his sons. But he did not mention any such reaction from the Pandavas when the Kauravas created noise. The Kauravas were fearful because their conscience pricked them for the crimes and misdeeds. They were relying completely on the physical strength to fight the war. However, the Pandavas were very confident and they felt protected because Supreme Lord Krishna was by their side. Shlokam 20. Athavyasthitan drishtva dhartarashtran kapidhvajah pravritte shastra sampate dhanurudyamya pandavah. Atha, thereupon, vyasthitan, which is arraying arrows, kapidhvajah, which is the monkey on the banner in the chariot. Here Sanjaya addresses Arjun by another name, Kapidhvaja, which means the one who has monkey in the banner. This denotes the presence of the mighty monkey god Hanuman on Arjun's chariot. It so happened that once Arjun became very boastful of his archery skills and spoke to Sri Krishna. He said, I do not understand why Lord Rama's time the monkeys worked so hard to make a bridge from India to Lanka with heavy stones. If I was there, I would have made a bridge with arrows. The Lord, who is omniscient, he said, all right, go ahead, show me your bridge. Then very skillfully Arjuna showered thousands of arrows and made a huge bridge. Now it was time to test. Sri Krishna called upon great Hanuman for the job. As soon as Hanuman started walking on the bridge, it started crumbling under his feet. Arjuna realized his folly. His bridge of arrows could not have been able to hold the weight of Lord Rama's huge army. He then asked for his forgiveness. Subsequently, Hanuman gave Arjuna lessons of how to be humble and never be proud of skills. He also granted Arjuna a boon that during the great war he would seat himself on Arjuna's chariot. That is why Arjuna's chariot flag has the great Hanuman symbol, the insignia. With this, we have completed chapter 1, verse 11 to 20 meaning. We'll meet again starting from verse 21 later. Till then, Perivasharanam.